It's always fun, isn't it?
Life is about having fun and enjoying every single day of your life.
Right? Yes, yes. Ladies, I'm so excited. Hi, Sophie Musumeci here. If you're watching this, you're probably sitting on the fence considering, should I work with Sophie and the team? Should I not? Maybe you're shopping around, looking at other people, and I'm glad that you're watching this video. So this is Danny. So Danny is one of our students initially in our Wealthy War Mastermind program, but has in the last few months, joined our top level for our top clients who are really accelerating into our Ascension program. So I'm so excited Danny's said, yes, I'd love to come and share because Danny, you've got quite a special story, right? Do you want to share a little bit about, who you are, what you do?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I feel very privileged to be sitting with you, Soph, and sharing my journey. And we all have a journey, we all have a story. And I think that's what makes it really exciting too. So I was in network marketing for quite a long time in business. I'm a mum of 5 kids. That's really important. I sort of forget to say that, but I feel pretty proud. And I'm also a grandmother.
Grandma.
Hello, I'm a grandma. Only 2 weeks old grandma, like 3 weeks. And I was always looking for, something more. And obviously network marketing, when I entered the network marketing space, I'd also entered the personal development, learning more about myself and then coaching others because I'd grown very quickly in my network marketing company. I'd reached the top 2%. And I was constantly coaching people and I was so stuck at a certain level. So that was something that I went through, constantly being stuck, not making any progress in my results. I couldn't understand why, because I was doing all the work, a lot of hard work and, working a lot. Like I'm sure all of you do that. We work really hard and think we're going to get a better result from working hard. Sometimes you've got to work smart, right? And I know I had come across Bob Proctor, who I'd idoled for years. Like he was one of my idols for years. Done a lot of his stuff, a lot of his work, online things and things like that. And it wasn't until I started his Thinking into Results program that I had a huge shift in my results, like in my network marketing business, in my life. Everything just went like bang, like incredible. So from there, I went on to become a facilitator and coach because the results were so amazing for me. I wanted to help other people also create those results. And so that journey began, and I've had a very successful business over the past few years, and absolutely love what I do. But I also reached a point in that business where I was looking for more structure and looking to further myself and help my clients more too, I think. And that was something that I was very, I just know I needed more. I think everyone gets to that point. But what I do is with the Thinking into Results is really help people change their mindset and literally just shoot through their ceiling of where they are, like capped, because most people are capped. It's a paradigm and we're capped at a certain point. So Sophie was able to help me break through my cap as well. And that's something that I'm very, very grateful for too. So that's what I do. I help people transform their lives through mindsets and business, relationships, whatever it might be. So, yeah.
And we were talking about this before around, we work with a lot of mindset coaches. We work with health coaches, relationship coaches, scientists, doctors, like all different types of issues, you name it, right? Like you've seen all the clients, right? And one of the things is that when especially if we are in the space of mindset coaching or, money mindset or business coaching, that sometimes there's a bit of an ego that kind of holds on to it. It's like, well, you know all of this and you're doing it all. So therefore you don't need help, or you should be able to figure it all out on your own.
Well, my favorite word was I know. Like, does anyone have that as their favorite word? I know. Oh, Sophie, yeah, I know. I know everything. I just
all the time.
Right? I'm an I know person. And it's like, not until I think Sophie, you pointed it out. She's like, Danny, you know everything. I go, I know. I know, right? Ego. It's complete freaking ego that holds us in that I know vibration, which is what I call that. And that ego, until you shift that ego and remove all of the knowing parts of things, right? is when we can make huge transformation. And I think Sophie, that's something Sophie did for me, was just like park the ego aside, right? I can help you. You're here for a reason. We're having this conversation for a reason. You're not here because you don't want help. You're here because you're looking for more. And for me, it was all about structure, right? It was really just not just that I found out, it was more than that later, but it was definitely structure for me, because the mindset, I'm a very positive person. You'll never hear me complain. I'll never say, like, I'll never dump. I'll never do anything like that, because I'm very focused on what I want. But we all get stuck, and we all need somebody to see where our blind spots are. And I think Sophie was very, very easily identified my blind spot, which was the I know everything, and also the structure. And that's what I found in Sophie. For me, is structuring my business to a point where I can allow it to grow and also run freely. I think that was important, where I can step back a little and allow myself to just, like, put things in place to create a future legacy for my business. And I think that has been huge for me. So
Yeah.
To answer that
And that's one
question,
of the things.
do I go off track completely?
No, it's great. Like, share from your heart.
Yeah.
So, that whole like, I know, and she said all the time, like in one conversation, probably a million times. What the young generation say, like, and so I remember when Danny first joined as well, you got really quick results. Like, you were able to implement just one of our strategic content pieces, and you brought in 20K from one post.
Like, one thing. I wasn't doing the work, and I did one thing. Bang.
Yeah, bang, right? So she got quick results, and then went off on her own in the I know land, in the I can do this land. But because she had implemented and learnt and actually opened herself up to that transformation that lay for Danny, it kind of all also shrunk back down again, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's something that I teach. You have to be in the zone constantly, not in and out. Like, there's something called the law of rhythm. So we're always up and down. And I'm sure all of you will have that, in your life, where you're up and you're down, you're up and you're down. But when you're up is when you need to be doing the work as well. And when you're down, you need to be doing the work. It's not just when you feel like it. And what my problem is that when I got the results, I'd go, oh, I've got the results. I'm good now. I feel great. I don't have to do anything else now because I'm good for the next few months. That was the attitude that I had. Let me give you the mail, right? When you're high and when you're going, that's when you've got to keep going. And that's what I didn't do. And that's why then I found myself in a dip again, because I'd stopped because I'd, found something that would work for that moment. It's continuously doing the work and continuously being in proximity of the people that will help you grow too, because they're on the same frequency. They know what you want. They know what they want. And you're on a different level of vibration. And that will take you much further than anything in your life, right? When it comes to business.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember as well. It's like frequency goes up and down. But when you're changing your frequency, it's not that you're not going to stop, going up and down. It's that you might be going up and down here in a lower frequency, and then you raise your frequency. Now you want to stabilize it here. Then you raise it again. You want to stabilize it here.
Yeah.
What's happening is you would go up and then you drop back down again, right?
Yeah.
You might go up for a little bit, but then you drop back way down again. So that's a really great, ladies, this is just a coaching session for all of you. So think about then, just even in the last couple of months, so we've been able to drop the ego, and the ego is not a bad thing. The ego is actually an important part of our makeup, right?
Of course.
And the not being open to the learning, and the consistency was also something that we really dialed in for Danny. Like just last month, tell us about last month. Tell us about not only the results, but tell us about how it feels now, because the woman that I'm looking at today is not the woman that I first met.
No. Well, it's interesting because it's something that I teach, right? And I'm stepping into ego here, but it's absolutely the truth, because it all comes down to that. So I've stepped into the person that I know that I am capable of being, or I am being that person. So what I did, I started to become the person that I needed to be and show up as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, as someone who has a coach too. Like for me, that's really important. I think for everybody out there, those people that think that they can do it on their own, you cannot, because your blind spot is always open, right? Your blind spot, you need a coach to see the blind spot. And that's what Sophie has done for me, is just have a look at where the blind spot is, right? So I've stood into the entrepreneur with this incredible Sophie coach, right? I'm going to call you Sophie the coach, who has been there for me to just tweak those little things that just I couldn't see. So stepping into this person 12 months ago, or even 6 months ago, I was capping myself at who I was being, because I was in fear. I was in lots of things, right? Not even fear, but just not knowing. So I wasn't as certain about what I wanted. So I created the certainty, and then with the strategy and Sophie coming in and helping me do that, I was able to create last month an $80,000 month. So
say that
cool.
again, because they might have missed
80,000. 80,000.
Is that paying for any ads?
That's not one ad.
Not
That's
one ad.
nothing at all. Can I tell you what it was? It was being consistent in my Facebook and being consistent in posting and following the tracker. Right? Following the tracker. You all know, some of you
mean actually doing what we tell you to do?
Yeah. Following, like, honestly, I'm like, are you kidding me? And I have this little, I haven't got it here. I've got this book called What the F Just Happened Universe, right? So I send that out to all my clients, and they have to record all their wins and everything that they do. And I do the same. I record my wins because I know that perpetuates more, right? So as I was writing it, I'm thinking to myself, what's going on here, right? Another one. I just completely changed who I was being. I relaxed. I just thought, no, right? I have a strategy and I have the mindset. I've always had the mindset. I just needed to keep that mindset. I need to be persistent. I needed to show up every day. I needed to make sure that I was just on track. So that's the strategy. You can have strategy and no mindset, right? It's not going to work. Or you can have the mindset and no strategy. That's not going to work either. You have to be able to have both in your business to create the success. And what I see is so many people are trapped in one or the other. They've got to balance, right? They've got to balance. And that's what I was able to create and have, like last month. And this month I'm tracking for my first, I'll hit the $100,000 month this month. So
see that?
pretty awesome.
And just to see, like, I haven't done this with you yet, but 80,000 a month times by 12 is a $960,000 business. It's $1 million company.
Yeah.
From making some core shifts in the strategy, from letting go of ego, getting some support, and just getting to who you already are. And allowing all of that. If I think about it, the biggest shift that I've seen is that you've taken the strategy, making it your own, because that's super important. We're not doing,
of course,
you're embodying it, and it is so beautiful to see. And when you shared that with me, I was like, you did. Of course you did. And I can't wait till you out like skyrocket me. So I wrote this down the other day because you shared it with us. It's like, you will never outperform your self-image.
Yeah, ever.
So what would your advice be to anyone that's watching this video right now?
If you make a decision, so decision making is something that was huge for me, right? So learning how to make, if something feels right for you, if it's moving you towards what you want, so you have a goal, like if you're on a call with Sophie, or you're even in this Facebook group or wherever this is being, shown, if you're in this group and you're here for a reason, and you're here to you want to get better. You want to be better from where you are, like where you are right now. You want to be better than where you are right now. So what you'll do is you've got to make a decision. And most of us make decisions from our logical mind, because we either don't have money in the bank account, you want to create it, you want to do whatever you want, but you just cannot make that decision because the logical mind keeps you in place, right? It keeps you stuck. That's what keeps you where you are right now. So what I did and what I learned through through coaching and through Think and Grow Rich, which is one of the, major books that I coach on, was that people who are successful in life make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Those that are not successful make decisions slowly and change them quickly. So if you are indecisive and you think, oh, I don't know, I might go and ask my friend, I'm going to go ask my husband, I'm going to go ask my, dog's friend's neighbor, whatever, whether this is for me or not, learn to make a decision from within. Use your intuition and ask yourself, will this move me forward and move me towards the goal or move me towards what I want in life? Or will it move me in the other direction? If the answer is that it will move you into the direction that you want to go, do not hesitate. Do not look at what you've got. If all you need to do is make a decision, once you make that decision, everything else will show up. My first investment, I didn't tell my husband, I took out a loan. I had to take out a loan, and I did it because I went with my intuition. I trusted in myself. If you can't trust in yourself, it's not going to work. You've got to trust in you. So if this trust tells you to go, you go. Nothing else but that will get you to where you want to go. So Sophie, you have been an absolute gem. You've transformed my business through all your work, and I'm so, so grateful to you. So yeah, don't hesitate. She's an amazing, amazing woman, an amazing coach, and just you're just so switched on. You really know your stuff. So yeah, thank you very, very much.
Oh, thank you. What incredible words from Danny. Incredible, powerful words from Danny. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your journey.
Thank you.
The other thing, ladies, if you do decide to come and work with us, and obviously we're a great fit, then not only do you get my team, right, and myself, but you get to be surrounded by women like Danny, women who, have been where you are, that have struggled, that have, that mindset, challenge, that have had, financial issues in the past, and you get to be surrounded by them who are where you want to grow to. So it's not even just me. It's not me who has the results. It's also them. And that proximity is very, very powerful. Don't ever underestimate that. I really appreciate you. And we've got to go because we actually have a call. We've got our Ascension client, our hot seat call in a few minutes. So thank you, Danny. Appreciate you. And you and I are going to celebrate this 100K mark in a few days.
Yay, we're going to do it.
It's already done.
It's already done. It's already done. Absolutely already done. Thank you,
Thank
Sophie.
you. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye, everyone.